Most companies have a website, and when you ask people about it, how do they feel about the website? Often the answer is, yeah, it's okay. But what people don't realize is that an okay website might be actually quietly hurting your business and pushing people actively away from your company. Because online, people don't give you the benefit of the doubt. There are so many scams and fake businesses and dead businesses out there that if your website is average or outdated or doesn't work, people will assume the same thing about your company. It's average, it's outdated, or it doesn't work. And today I want to share why that happens because it's inevitable for most websites. And then secondly, three baseline expectations to make sure your website's at least delivering on to ensure that it's not actively hurting your business. So before we get to that, why is it even important? Well, the vast majority of people will judge the quality of a business by its quality of its website. We think good website, good business, bad website, bad business. And most business owners and marketing leaders think, well, our website's fine, it works. But the problem is perception, because if new visitors or website traffic see a fine website, often they think it's behind. Because like most things in this world, a website's in a state of constant atrophy. It's always falling apart. And you need to actively maintain it to keep it at least standing still, if not moving forward. And I'm talking about things like case studies or maintenance or bugs, all these things that never really come up with technology. And those things in itself can be expensive. It takes time and energy and effort. But the cost of not doing it is huge because you might be getting 50 people a month finding you online on your website and submitting a lead form. But there's probably thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of people that are finding your website and not submitting a lead form. And moving a few percentage points of people seeing that brand professionalism up a notch and having more trust to take the next step can be huge, all from the existing same website. So with that, what are the three baseline expectations you need to ensure that you're delivering on at the very minimum to make sure your website is not pushing people away? Well, the first one is to be findable. And a lot of business owners that I speak to, they think they have a website problem, but they actually have a distribution problem because people just aren't finding the website. And even the most beautiful website isn't going to do much if no one can find it. So before you redesign anything or make any changes to the website, just make sure you're visible on Google, on AI engines, on social media. All this stuff needs to be stitched up so people can actually find the website. Because if people can't find you, a great website can't do its job. That's the first one. The second thing to make sure is it reflects who the business is today or what the business is today, not what it was a few years ago when the website was built. Because many sites do represent that old version, not who they are today. And your brand has grown, your team has grown, your customers has grown, and the website stayed stuck. So updating your visuals and copy is the bare minimum. It doesn't need to be a huge project, but small tactical wins can make sure that you are representing the brand today or where the brand's even going. Now, more and more people are finding businesses and opportunities on ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini. So make sure that when people ask those tools, they're finding the information that you want them to be finding. And you can test this yourself by typing in those prompts, seeing what shows up for your business, and just making sure that you train the AI models to pick up the right stuff. Now, the third baseline thing to get right is to show real proof. And this is things like reviews, things like testimonials, case studies, client logos. People believe a lot more what other people say about your business than what you say about your business. And you want to have this real proof, building trust as quickly as possible. Like above the hero fold, the first thing they see, have a dedicated testimonials or proof section, have it on the contact us page, have it everywhere. Because those things ooze trust and help people get the confidence to take the next step with your business. Now, the key thing to remember through all of this is an okay website normally isn't harmless. It might actually be pushing people away from you. So make sure you take care of these three baseline expectations, and then people have the trust to take the next step in reaching out to your business. And if you want to know how your website's doing today, check out a few resources down in the notes where we'll put a few tools you can use to get a quick assessment. All right, thanks for watching. See ya.